All right, Miss Tiffany, it's all yours.
All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the call tonight. We are going to go ahead and get this started. We are excited to come to you tonight to talk with you about women who empower. We are predestined to win. So, just to tell you a little bit about who we are extraordinary women who empower other women to achieve financial freedom. We help one another to experience a higher quality of life. And some of the titles that we wear, because as women, we wear many of them. We are entrepreneurs, business owners, daughters, mothers, wives, educators, mentors, and investors. And if none of those fit you, but you're aspiring to be one, then welcome. Um, and we have an acronym, the W&I. We are women who are investing, and we are financially empowering other women to do the same. So we have a question for you. What are some of the challenges that you face today? I know that considering where we are in our society today, we can have financial crunches, going on, or maybe you're somebody who has not had the experience of having a financial crunch, but you're working so hard because you're fortunate enough to have a job during this time, but you're working so hard that you do not have time freedom. It kind of makes you sit back and wonder, is there another way? Am I meant for something more than just this everyday grind in and out, doing the same thing and not seeming like I'm achieving any of my dreams and goals? Like I said before, if you are one of those people who are who fortunate to have a job, you may fall in that number that's like 85% of the people who have a job who are totally unfulfilled. They dread waking up. They're driving in traffic 1 hour one way and have to, work with people whom they feel like don't care for them, and they are told when they can eat, when they have to get back to their desk and get off from work and experience that same time frame trying to make it back home an hour in traffic. It just becomes a burden. So I have a question. What if there were another way? What if things could be different? What if you could experience life in a different way? Well, that's what this opportunity is about. It's about showing you something else, showing you another way. Welcome to the foreign exchange. So, what do you do in the foreign exchange? We learn how to become our own bank. We are women, we are creative, and we have dreams, goals, and visions. And when we are given the proper tools, we can accomplish those dreams, goals, and visions. One of the tools that we need is finances. So let's talk about where we fall in what's known as the cash flow quadrant. So we have four different quadrants, and this concept comes from a very well-known person, Robert Kiyosaki. He wrote the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, but he also wrote a book called The Cash Flow Quadrant. And many of us have spent some time or are still in the E quadrant. That is the employee. We have a job, and we spend a whole lot of time there. That's the majority of the people. About 60% of us have a job. We're an employee. We work for someone else. Then you have the S quadrant, where we've made some decisions. We don't want to continue on working for someone else. I don't feel like I'm being paid what I'm worth, so I'm going to go and I'm going to become self-employed. And that's fine. That's fine. But the problem with that quadrant is if you are not working, you are not earning any money. This is where you find your hairstylists, your barbers, your doctors, your lawyers. All of these people are self-employed, but in times like these, if they're not working, they're not making any money. Well, those two quadrants make up 95% of our population, and they compete for 5% of the wealth in our nation. So let's move to the right side of the quadrant, and we're going to start off with the business owner. The business owner is different from the self employed person because the business owner has put a system in place. They have taken the power of people and put it to work for them. What does that mean? That means they've employed people in order to learn their system and to bring about wealth for themselves. And the last quadrant are the investors. So the business owners, they're about 4% of the population. The investors, they're only 1% of the population. These people are different from the business owners because they have taken it one step further and learn how to make their money work for them. So those that side of the quadrant, that's the 5% of our nation's people, but they control 95% of our nation's wealth. So I have a question for you. What will you do in 2020? What are your options for building a successful business that creates daily cash flow for you? What is it that you're going to do to accomplish financial freedom? There are many ways that you can accomplish this financial freedom. And we know of some of the more popular ones, and I'll mention a few like real estate investments, 401k before where we are today, the stock market, CDs, and money market. And if you know anything about any one of these options, it takes a good piece of capital to invest to get that particular choice working in your favor. So we want to introduce you to something that's a little bit different. So we talked about the foreign exchange. Here at iMarkets Academy, we have puts together an opportunity that introduces you to, as you see on the screen, the Forex, which is the foreign exchange, HFX, the high frequency exchange, DCX, the digital currency exchange, and the IBO Academy. So let's talk about the foreign exchange. The foreign exchange is an exchange market that has $6.6 trillion a day flowing through the market. And you say, well, Tiffany, I don't know anything about the foreign exchange. Well, let me give you an example of how it works. When I was in high school, I wanted to go on the senior trip. On the Spanish trip with the Spanish club instead of my senior trip because they were going to Acapulco, Mexico. And in order to have funds accessible to me, I had to take my US dollar and exchange it for the Mexican peso. When I did that, I was participating in the foreign exchange market. The foreign exchange market is where currency is exchanged. It's a market that's open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, and you do not have to own any physical money in order to participate in that market. I owned physical money and I exchanged it for physical pesos, but that is no longer necessary. That is no longer necessary because of what we have here today. So, how do you learn about the foreign exchange market? How do I learn how to navigate through it? Well, we have what we call the Foreign Exchange Master Academy. This academy teaches you everything that you need to know, ins and outs, all of the basics, so that you can get started on your experience of the foreign exchange market. So there's another market that's growing towards $1 trillion. And I mentioned it prior to as well. It's called the this digital currency market. And you can also participate in this market without owning any physical money. It is becoming a global form of payment. We're making purchases every day using Bitcoin. That's the most popular one. We're buying our dinners, we're spending Bitcoin or purchasing Bitcoin at the gas station. It is becoming a global form of payment, and the US dollar is on the verge of entertaining that idea for the US dollar as well. It's called the Digital Currency Master Academy where you will find the information that gives you the ins and outs, the basics of learning about digital currency. So we have another option. We have the high frequency binary option. I love this option because here you are making money in minutes, literally in minutes. I've done trades that took me 3 minutes and you're in and out. So depending on how many trades you want to do, this particular option, it's measured in time, not movement, and you know your risk and rewards in advance. I like that. That is called the high frequency market, and you learn about the high frequency market in our high frequency master academy. Ins and outs, all everything you need to know can be learned in the high frequency master academy. Here at iMarkets Live, we have learning simplified. So you can see we have all of the academies that I have mentioned, and it's much like a learning management system. It's like a back office that you are logging into, and you can go on and you can learn at your pace and as much as you want. And just like you're in school, you may have tutors that you can visit or labs that you can visit that can help you to learn the information that you're being exposed to. Well, we're no different. We have what we call Go Live, where you can access over 100 full-time educators around the clock. So it doesn't matter what your schedule is. It's just like you see in the picture. It looks like a TV guide because it works just like that. You go on, you find an educator that fits your time frame and resonates with what it is that you want to learn, and they can help you to connect and collaborate and to earn and to be successful. Some of the things, tools that we use to learn in this opportunity are called strategies. We call them our power tools because they help to simplify and automate your learning and your earnings. We have things like the harmonic scanner and vibrata and pivots, just to name a few. We also learn and earn on the go. We have apps that you can download to your mobile phone that makes it very convenient for you to receive um, information that will allow you to receive trade ideas even if you are on the go. If you're at work, you can take a break, you can get your trade idea, you decide you want to take it, you can make profits and earn while you learn on the go. I love it. So I'm going to talk to you about some of our heavy hitters. The first two, Christopher Terry is our founder and CEO. He is the brains behind the operation. He is a master trader and spent 25 plus years on the stock exchange on Wall Street. And he had a vision to be able to bring Wall Street to Main Street. He wanted to bring Wall Street to us. So he spoke with his lovely wife, Isis De La Torre, who's um, an educator in her own right. She holds several financial master's degrees. And he told her, she's our chief financial officer, and he told her, he said, I have a vision. So they put their heads together, and you have iMarkets Live. Here are some of our executive chairmen. Alex Morton, he's a millennial, and he is tearing it up with this opportunity building Mexico. And so is the Tapia family. They are our executive chairmen as well, changing the lives of all they encounter who grab a hold of this opportunity. So we have some success stories because Monica said, having the total freedom of living out my dreams and doing the things my very own way has brought me the greatest joy. And that's what I love about this organization. We are putting our visions of empowering women forward so that we can do things the way that we want to and that we can bring ourselves that greatest joy. Mr. Mr. Gary's success story, I love it because he is from Trinidad and he was working hard to provide for his family, but he was only making $7,000 a year. And I don't care where you're from, $7,000 a year is nearly impossible to raise a family on. Someone exposed this opportunity to Mr. Gary, And Mr. Gary grabbed the bulls by the horns, and now he is a six-figure earner a month. We make no income claims. We're just telling you the potential and what other people have done with this opportunity. So, we've talked about the investing part of it, but we also mentioned that you can become a business owner and build your wealth from home. So let's talk about that option for a minute by becoming an independent business owner. So, what does that mean? Well, you know how we refer everything. We refer the greatest nail shops, the best pair of shoes, and whatever else to our friend girls, and nobody pays us for that. We're here at iMarkets Live. We're different. If you expose your family and friends, your loved ones to this opportunity, and they decide to join you, whether it be Forex, HFX, or DCX, our company will pay you a fast start bonus of $25. If they take advantage of the elite package, that fast start bonus now becomes $50. And I also love the fact that we said we are women empowering women. This is exactly how we do it. We have ranks, and the first one is a platinum 150. This is your personal growth, your personal effort that you put in, that you refer three people because they see how much success that you're having or they want to join you on your journey. And when you do that, our company will pay you residually $150 a month as long as those three active paying customers are in this organization on the journey with you. That's $150 a month residually. We have residual bills. We need residual income. So the next rank is Platinum 600. And what I love about this particular position is now we're starting to empower other women while we're also empowering ourselves because it's an accumulation of at least 12 customers in your organization. And that's a combination of all of our efforts coming together to empower women, and the company will pay you $600 a month. That's $150 a week. And our next position is a Platinum 1000, same concept. We're all working together to empower women. We're reaching out as far as we can. And when we accumulate 30 people in our organization, the company will pay you $1,000 a month. That is $250 a week residually. So we have our ranks and they go up as you can see our charts. I'll just point out just a few. We were at Platinum 1000. We have Platinum 5000 where you can, as an organization, work and your efforts would gain you $5,000 a month. That's 225 people in your organization collectively. You have Chairman 10 where you can earn $10,000 a month because your organization is collectively working to empower women. You've reached a goal of 500 women, and you are moving on. We're going to skip up to Chairman 100. That's $100,000 a month for your efforts of empowering uh, um, 5,000 women in your organization. And Chairman 500, you've worked diligently with everyone that is joining you on your journey. You've got 30,000 people, 30,000 women that you've helped to empower, and you're going to earn $125,000 a week, earning you $500,000 a month. That is amazing. So just to give you some examples, we have Nina, who's a Chairman 10. She's done her due diligence and worked with her organization, and she has empowered people, and now she is paid $10,000 a month. We have Sydney, who is at Chairman 25, Chairwoman 25, and she is making $25,000 a month. We have Jewel Tankard, who has, I can only imagine how much work she's done with her organization, but she's reached the level of Chairman 100, $100,000 a month for empowering others to become financially free. So we have our leader, our mentor, Mr. David E. Monetier, who is impacting the lives of so many people that we had to create a new rank in our company. David Imanitia has reached the rank of chairman 750. He is earning $750,000 a month for impacting the lives of many, the multitude. You can see here he has been featured on the cover of Black Enterprise. He's the number one African American network marketer in the world, and he leads the charge in giving. Give and it shall be given unto you. That is what he bases his work ethic on, and it's paying off for him. He's also been featured on Shark Tank on the cover of USA Today with the hosts of Shark Tank, Barbara Corrin and Mark Cuban. So I have a question for you. What is it that you want to do? Do you want to pay off debt? Do you want to get rid of some bills? Do you want to learn how to trade? I never thought I could learn how to trade, never thought about it. But then I was given this opportunity and I've learned how to trade. I am enjoying it. Or do you want to save money? Are you in a position where you feel like, what, it's time for me to buckle down and save money? Well, newsflash, you have to have money to save money. And this is an opportunity to help you get that done. Here at Predestined to Win Women Who Empower, we are changing lives. It is our mission, it is our goal, and we are using this opportunity to do it. So, a big question that we get asked is how can you start? Well, let's talk about it. I've kind of mentioned our packages before. We have the three. We have 4X, we have HFX, and we have the DCX. So those three packages, the startup cost is only $235.95 one time, and then you'll have a monthly tuition of $174.95. Well, the DCX package comes with the DCX Mastery Academy, the Go Live instructors that I showed you, and the Liberty Strategy. We also have the elite package that will allow you to choose all three. Because if you did all three separately, you would pay way more than $700. But our organization has said, let's do $324.95 and let's give them everything that we have. And your monthly tuition is $274.95. So this is just a slide that accompanies the DCX, that's the 4X and the HFX. Again, here's a slide that recoups how it is that you get started with your elite package being $324.95 with a monthly tuition of $274, or any of the other platinum packages for $234.95 with a monthly tuition of $174.95, or you can add on the independent business owner opportunity for only $16.71 a month, which unlocks the opportunity to take advantage of all of the fast start bonuses and the residual income that I showed you. But we also have what's called two and free. So I'm an educator, and I had a whole lot of student loan debt, but I also had scholarships. So our company has the same concept. The two and free is our scholarship program, which says if you refer two active paying customers to the academy, and as long as they're there with you, your education is free. Now you are free to earn and learn without even being concerned about your monthly tuition. So next we have some satisfied customers who have started with us and have joined us. And this is Marcia and Norma and Arcelda, just a few ladies I wanted to show you who have taken advantage of the opportunity to empower themselves and empower others. So my final question for you is, what will you become? all that you want to become is locked up inside of you. You already have everything you need. So grab a hold of your dreams and your visions. Take advantage of the opportunity that has been shared with you. Get back with the person who invited you on this call. If you have questions, don't let a three-figure uh, choice control whether you make a six-figure income. Get your questions answered, and become all that you dream and hope of while empowering others. I want to thank you for your time, and I bid you a good night.